47-year-old man arrested for illegal possession of a firearm. Woman dead after pickup truck shot at the municipality of Dueñas. Fire incident at National High School in Catalunan Pequeño. And 20 billion pesos from Malampaya Fund planned for use by the government to address the impact of the Middle East conflict. Good evening, I'm Apolinario Ferdidignadis Valencia, and this is Philippine Headlines. In Luzon, 47-year-old man arrested for illegal possession of a firearm. A 47-year-old man was arrested for illegal possession of a firearm in Aglipay, the province of Quirino, on March 20. Through the implementation of a search warrant. The suspect is a resident of the said municipality. The Aglipay Municipal Police Station led by the service of the search warrant, which resulted in the suspect's arrest. Authorities reportedly recovered one firearm and several rounds of ammunition from the suspect, allegedly without the necessary documents to prove legal ownership. The seized evidence was inventoried and brought to the Aglipay Municipal Police Station for proper disposition. The suspect now faces charge under the Republic Act No. 10591, also known as the Comprehensive Firearms and Ammunition Regulation Act, for illegal possession of firearms. The police station also reminded the public that possessing firearms without the proper permit is illegal, and violators may be held accountable under the law. In Visayas, woman dead after pickup truck shot at the municipality of Dueñas. A woman dead after the pickup truck she was riding in was fired upon in Barangay Poblacion A in the municipality of Dueñas, the province of Iloilo. According to the report, the pickup truck was parked in the area because it was being repaired at a workshop. There were two people inside the vehicle, the woman and a male driver. Witnesses said a red car approached the pickup truck and opened fire on its occupants. Based on initial information, the woman sustained a gunshot wound to the chest. The victims were immediately rushed to the hospital, but the woman was declared dead on arrival. Authorities are still determining the condition of the male driver. Personnel from the scene of the crime, operatives or SOCO, are already at the scene conducting an investigation. In Mindanao, fire incident at National High School in Catalunan Pequeño. A fire broke out at Catalunan Pequeño National High School in Barangay Catalunan Pequeño in the city of Davao yesterday on Monday morning. According to a resident, students were immediately evacuated and temporarily transferred to a nearby elementary school to ensure their safety while firefighters responded to the scene. In the other news, first oil research laboratory in the Philippines to be built in the city of Puerto Princesa. The Philippines is set to open its first ever local laboratory dedicated to oil or petroleum research, which will be established and launched at Palawan State University or PAL-SU on March 25 this year. This project is a collaboration between the Department of Science and Technology or DOST and PAL-SU, aimed at studying ways to make oil and gas extraction within the country more efficient and cost-effective. According to DOST Secretary Renato Solidum Jr., the initiative has become increasingly important due to the continued rise in global fuel prices driven by the ongoing crisis in the Middle East. With the help of the new laboratory, the country will be able to to develop its own equipment and techniques for oil exploration, reducing reliance on foreign resources. The facility is funded with a budget of 4.9 million pesos and is expected to play a key role in securing a more stable and affordable energy supply for the Philippines in the future. And our business update, 20 billion pesos from Malampaya Fund planned for use by the government to address the impact of the Middle East conflict. The government plans to use 20 billion pesos from the Malampaya Natural Gas Fund to address the effects of the conflict in the Middle East on the country. During the Senate hearing of the Proactive Response and Oversight for Timely and Effective Crisis Strategy, or PROTEC, Budget Secretary Rolando Toledo said that the Executive Department has identified possible funding sources for a crisis response package amounting to 210 billion pesos. Of this amount, 10 billion pesos consists of continuing appropriations from the 2025 national budget, while 200 billion pesos will come from the 2026 General Appropriations Act, or GAA. Aside from the additional 20 billion pesos from the Malampaya Fund, the government is still looking for over 230 billion pesos to fully address the situation. Toledo added that 63.8 billion pesos will be allocated to the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, to protective services to affected families. 4.2 billion pesos for the Department of Migrant Workers, or DMW, 2 billion pesos for the Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, to support MSMEs, business centers, and other programs, and 1.2 billion pesos for the Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, for assistance to nationals and legal aid funds. The remaining funds will be allocated for fuel subsidy, assistance for farmers, and the transport sector. The Malampaya Fund, meanwhile, was established as a special fund under Presidential Decree number 910 issued by the former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. in 1976 and is intended to support energy resource development and government projects. And that is Philippine Headlines this Tuesday, March 24, 2026. I'm Apolinario, 30 Dignati Valencia, and this is Salakot Online Broadcasting Network. Good night, Philippines. Amping kasadya.